guys, Ian here with another lesson, and today we're going to be taking a look at the first movement of Bach's Violin Sonata in G minor. So you can follow along with the tabs that I will provide on screen, but also if you'd like the full score, I will put that in the description section of the video and you can download that for free from my website. So let's just work through this section by section here. I'm going to start off with the first part of the piece and then I'll break it down for you. So it sounds like this. Okay, so that's basically just a descending G minor arpeggio sequence. And if we go bar by bar, the first bar sounds like this. And then the next bar. And then the next one. And now you're going to play an ascending G minor arpeggio. And then finish that off with this. So if we do that whole sequence slowly, okay, now the next section. So we start that section off with a D major arpeggio. And then we have this scalar pattern leading back to G minor. And now we have a G minor arpeggio. And that sets us up for a C minor 7 arpeggio. And we go down, we play a B flat major 7 arpeggio, and I'm sure you're familiar with this shape. And then A minor 7 flat 5. So if I do that whole section slowly, okay, now the next section is quite tricky. I would say it's probably the most difficult part of this piece. But there's a fingering I like to use that I think makes it manageable. And once you have the basic fingering down, you're just moving it down through chord position. So let me show you this, what I'm talking about with this section, then I'll break it down. So this basic pattern is this. And I'm starting on the 5th fret with my index finger, and then I'm going to jump up to my pinky on the 8th fret B string. So that's kind of a tricky leap that you have to get used to with your picking hand. Down, up, and then I'm going to shift real quick my index finger to the fret below my pinky and play this line. And then that sets my ring finger up for the next note, which is the 10th fret on the D string. And then that leaves my index finger free to play this next section. And then finish it off with your pinky on the 8th fret on the A string. So pretty tricky, but what you can do is just loop this section slowly. Once you have that down, the rest of it is basically the same. We just shift down 2 frets and we play. And just a slight variation there. Instead of playing, we just play. And then we take the same thing, we just shift down again 2 frets. And then that sets you up for the next section. So let me play through that section one more time slowly. Okay, the next section is a lot easier and it's pretty fun to play, so let me show it to you and then I'll break it down. So it's just a series of triad arpeggios, and we're mainly using our index finger and our pinky finger. And the first triad we have is an E flat major triad. It sounds like this. And then we take that same kind of idea and we just shift up a string set and we play, or I should say 2 string sets up. And then we shift back down and we play F major. And then go back up and play D minor. Then on the A and D strings we play a G minor arpeggio. And then E flat major. And now the fingering changes slightly. We play an F major idea. And then this part is a little tricky. After you play this, jump up with your middle finger and catch that note on the B string. So now we can do the whole section slowly. Okay, now the next section is pretty easy and it's a fun one to play. It's basically like a pedal tone idea as we're ascending a B flat major scale, and it sounds like this. So slowly. And the whole thing now together. Sorry. One more time. That makes for a great exercise. You can just keep looping that over and over again. So now we have the next section, and it sounds like this. Okay, so this part is kind of tricky, and let me just pull it up here so I make sure I'm playing the correct stuff. Yep. Okay, so we're starting off with this bar here, and here's where it's kind of difficult. We play 7 on the G string and then 8 on the D, but then we have to bar with our pinky finger on the G and D strings. And then we play 6 on the B string and 7 on the D string. So those 2 bars again. And then we have and then finish that section with, and I'm just doing a little slide there from 6 to 5. That sets me up for the next section. Okay, so next section. And first part of that, slowly. to the next bar. And then the next bar. So now let's do it all together slowly. Okay, we're getting near the end here. This next section is pretty tricky because it involves a lot of inside picking, and it sounds like this. Really pretty section, and a great example of how Bach masterfully used sequences in all of his pieces. And it's just like this piece has so many different sequences chained together, but you don't even really notice it because the voice leading is so beautiful. So this section, we're starting off on the 6th fret on the B string, and the first bar. Now you can bar that there if you want, or you can use your middle finger to grab that 5th fret on the high E. It's up to you. Or you could do barring it. Either way works. So we have that section, and then this descending portion, and then we keep the pattern going, and then again the descending part, and once again, sorry. So the whole section slowly. Okay, so we're basically in the home stretch here. Here's the second to last section. Another descending pattern here. So the first bar of that. And when you grab that 5th fret on the G string, make sure you flatten your finger to prepare the bar for the next sequence of notes. So you have, then you have, and then open A, and then important to grab this note with your middle finger because it sets you up for the next section, so you can plant your index on the G. So that whole section. Sorry. One more time. Okay, here's the final section. This is tricky, and I still, to this day, mess this part up all the time. So let me play it for you, and then I'll break it down. Okay, so a lot of tricky stuff going on here, but the first bar, as I said, we set it up so our index finger is ready to play that 3rd fret on the G. So we have, and then we have open A, then play open A again to start this next bar, open A again, now we're going to play open G, and that's going to set us up so we can plant our ring finger on the 3rd fret D string, then middle finger on the 2nd fret G. So that sets us up to play this next portion where we need our index and pinky fingers to play it. So we play now. And then. And now to finish off, we have this D minor arpeggio. So just try to get that part down first. And now we have to jump and grab a chord. So we're going to play A7. And I like to hybrid pick this, but you could also play it like this if you want to strum it. And then I play the final chord, which is a D major triad with the fifth in the bass. And I tend to just strum that chord, but you could also hybrid pick it. The tricky part is just jumping from playing the single note stuff to the chord. So okay, so that is the first movement of the Violin Sonata in G minor. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please consider subscribing to the channel. And also, if you feel so inclined, you can leave a tip on my website. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.